23 Deadliest Jobs in the World. Welcome to Biznob, your go-to channel for dissecting the inner workings of businesses. Today, we're delving into a topic that's both thrilling and eye-opening. The most dangerous jobs on Earth. From towering skyscrapers to deep-sea exploration, certain professions come with inherent risks that test the limits of human courage and resilience. Stay tuned, and let's uncover the secrets of the world's riskiest jobs together. 1. Crocodile wrestler *. Crocodile wrestling involves close contact with large and potentially dangerous reptiles. Workers often perform stunts like sticking their hands or heads between the open jaws of crocodiles for entertainment purposes. This job requires immense courage and skill, as any mistake could result in severe injury or death from crocodile bites or attacks. Despite safety precautions, accidents can happen, and even experienced wrestlers are at risk of serious harm. The physical and mental demands of facing these powerful predators make crocodile wrestling one of the most dangerous occupations in the world. 2. Snake milker *. Snake milking is the process of extracting venom from venomous snakes for medical purposes, such as anti-venom production. Workers must handle highly venomous reptiles with precision and care to collect venom without getting bitten. Despite safety protocols, snake milkers face the constant risk of accidental bites, which can lead to severe envenomation and even death if proper medical treatment is not administered promptly. This job requires specialized training, protective equipment, and a deep understanding of snake behavior to minimize the risk of injury. 3. Bush pilot *. Bush pilots fly small aircraft in remote and challenging environments, often to transport passengers, cargo, or supplies to areas with limited or no access by road. These pilots navigate through rugged terrain, unpredictable weather conditions, and hazardous landing strips, such as short, unpaved runways or mountainous regions. The isolated nature of bush flying means that pilots must be self-reliant and resourceful, as they may need to perform emergency landings or repairs in remote locations. The risks associated with bush flying include crashes, mechanical failures, adverse weather, and encounters with wildlife, making it a problematic profession that demands skill, experience, and sound judgment. 4. Miner *. Mining involves extracting valuable minerals or ores from the Earth's crust, often in underground tunnels or open pit mines. Miners face numerous hazards, including cave-ins, explosions, toxic gases, and exposure to dust and chemicals. Underground miners work in confined spaces with poor ventilation, increasing the risk of accidents and respiratory illnesses. Surface miners face dangers such as heavy machinery accidents, falls, and rock slides. Additionally, long-term health effects from exposure to coal dust, silica, asbestos, and other carcinogens contribute to the high mortality rate among miners. Despite safety regulations and advancements in technology, mining remains one of the most hazardous industries worldwide. 5. Roofer *. Roofing involves installing, repairing, or replacing roofs on residential, commercial, or industrial buildings. Roofers work at heights using ladders, scaffolding, and safety harnesses to access rooftops. They face the risk of falls, electrocution from power lines, and injuries from tools and materials such as nails, shingles, and hot asphalt. Weather conditions, such as rain, wind, and extreme temperatures, further increase the hazards of roofing work. Improper safety precautions and inadequate training contribute to accidents and fatalities in the roofing industry. Despite the physical demands and dangers of the job, roofers play a critical role in protecting buildings and ensuring the safety of occupants. 6. Logger *. Logging involves harvesting timber from forests for use in construction, furniture, paper products, and other industries. Loggers work with chainsaws, heavy machinery, and equipment to fell trees, remove branches, and transport logs. They face numerous hazards, including falling trees, chainsaw accidents, and injuries from heavy equipment. Working in remote and rugged terrain increases the risk of accidents and delays in emergency response. Additionally, exposure to noise, vibrations, and repetitive motions contributes to long-term health issues such as hearing loss, musculoskeletal disorders, and respiratory problems. Despite advancements in mechanization and safety practices, logging remains one of the most dangerous occupations worldwide. 7. Deep-sea fisherman asterisk. Deep-sea fishing involves catching fish and other marine species in deep waters, often far from the coast. Fishermen work on commercial fishing vessels equipped with nets, lines, traps, and other gear to harvest seafood for consumption and sale. They face numerous hazards, including rough seas, extreme weather, and the risk of falling overboard. Working long hours in challenging conditions increases the risk of fatigue, accidents, and injuries. Additionally, handling heavy fishing gear in marine life poses physical strain and musculoskeletal injuries. Despite safety regulations and improvements in vessel design, deep-sea fishing remains a hazardous profession with high rates of injuries and fatalities. 8. Wildlife photographer asterisk. Wildlife photography involves capturing images of animals in their natural habitats, often in remote and rugged environments. Photographers use specialized equipment and techniques to document wildlife behavior and ecosystems. They face the risk of encountering dangerous animals, such as predators or territorial species, during fieldwork. Proximity to wildlife increases the likelihood of attacks, injuries, or even death. Additionally, adverse weather conditions, rough terrain, and logistical challenges pose further hazards to wildlife photographers. Despite the risks, these professionals play a vital role in raising awareness about conservation issues and promoting appreciation for the natural world. 9. War correspondent asterisk. War correspondents report from conflict zones to provide news coverage and analysis of armed conflicts, humanitarian crises, and political developments. Journalists face numerous risks, including gunfire, explosions, and attacks by hostile forces. They work in high-stress environments with limited access to safety and medical support. The nature of their work exposes them to trauma, PTSD, and other mental health challenges. Additionally, war correspondents may face censorship, harassment, or detention by authorities. Despite the dangers, these brave journalists play a crucial role in informing the public and bearing witness to events that shape history. 10. Bridge builder asterisk. Bridge builders construct and maintain bridges to provide safe passage for vehicles, pedestrians, and cargo over rivers, valleys, and other obstacles. They work at heights, often over water or rugged terrain, using cranes, scaffolding, and other equipment to assemble bridge components. Bridge construction involves heavy lifting, welding, and concrete work, posing risks of falls, structural collapses, and equipment failures. Adverse weather conditions, such as high winds or flooding, further complicate construction efforts and increase safety hazards. Despite safety regulations and engineering standards, bridge builders face significant risks during construction and maintenance projects. 11. Line worker asterisk. Line workers, also known as linemen or utility workers, install, repair, and maintain electrical power lines, telecommunications cables, and other utility infrastructure. They work at heights using specialized equipment, such as bucket trucks and climbing gear, to access utility poles, transmission towers, and other structures. Line work exposes workers to the risk of falls, electrocution, and burns from contact with live wires. Additionally, adverse weather conditions, such as storms or high winds, increase the likelihood of accidents and injuries. Despite safety training and protective measures, line workers face significant risks while performing essential tasks to ensure reliable utility services. 12. Manual scavenger asterisk. Manual scavengers are workers who manually clean and maintain sewage systems, septic tanks, and other waste disposal facilities. They work in hazardous environments with exposure to raw sewage, toxic gases, and infectious pathogens. Manual scavengers face the risk of drowning, asphyxiation, and chemical burns while working in confined spaces with poor ventilation. Additionally, they may encounter hazardous materials, such as sharp objects or industrial waste, while performing cleaning and maintenance tasks. Despite the health and safety risks, manual scavengers often work in unhygienic conditions due to the lack of proper protective gear and sanitation facilities. The manual scavenging profession is usually associated with social stigma, discrimination, and exploitation, as workers are marginalized and face economic hardships. Despite legal prohibitions and government initiatives to eradicate manual scavenging, many workers continue to perform these hazardous tasks due to limited alternative employment opportunities. Addressing the systemic issues underlying manual scavenging requires comprehensive measures to improve sanitation infrastructure, provide vocational training, and promote social inclusion and dignity for all workers. 13. Firefighter asterisk. Firefighters respond to fires, accidents, and other emergencies to protect life, property, and the environment. They work in high-stress environments with exposure to flames, smoke, and hazardous materials. Firefighters face the risk of burns, respiratory injuries, and traumatic injuries while extinguishing fires and rescuing victims. Additionally, they may encounter structural collapses, explosions, and other dangers during firefighting operations. The physical and emotional toll of firefighting can lead to long-term health issues, including PTSD, respiratory diseases, and cardiovascular problems. Despite the dangers, firefighters demonstrate courage, professionalism, and dedication in serving their communities and saving lives. 14. Search and rescue worker asterisk. Search and rescue, SAR, workers respond to emergencies and disasters to locate, assist, and evacuate individuals in distress. They operate in diverse environments, including mountains, forests, oceans, and urban areas, often in adverse weather conditions and hazardous terrain. SAR workers face the risk of injury or death from falls, avalanches, drowning, and exposure to extreme temperatures. They rely on specialized equipment, such as ropes, harnesses, and drones, to conduct search and rescue missions safely and efficiently. The unpredictable nature of emergencies and the need for rapid response pose significant challenges to SAR operations. Despite the risks, SAR workers demonstrate bravery and compassion in providing aid to those in need. 15. Commercial diver asterisk. Commercial divers perform underwater construction, inspection, and maintenance tasks in various industries, such as oil and gas, maritime, and infrastructure development. They work in confined spaces, deep waters, and hazardous environments with limited visibility and high pressure. Commercial divers face the risk of drowning, decompression sickness, and underwater accidents, such as entanglement or equipment failure. They rely on specialized training, diving equipment, and safety protocols to mitigate risks and ensure their safety underwater. Despite advancements in diving technology and safety standards, commercial diving remains a demanding and hazardous profession that requires physical fitness, technical skills, and attention to detail. 16. Construction worker asterisk. Construction workers build, repair, and demolish structures such as buildings, roads, bridges, and tunnels. They operate heavy machinery, power tools, and equipment to perform various tasks, including excavation, framing, concrete work, and finishing. Construction sites pose numerous hazards, including falls from heights, struck by accidents, and crush injuries from machinery or materials. Workers also face risks associated with exposure to dust, noise, chemicals, and ergonomic strains. Despite safety regulations and training programs, construction remains one of the deadliest industries globally, with high rates of accidents and fatalities. Improving safety culture, implementing risk management strategies, and providing comprehensive training are essential steps to protect construction workers' health and well-being. 17. Powerline technician asterisk. Powerline technicians install, repair, and maintain electrical power transmission and distribution systems, including overhead lines, underground cables, and substations. They work at heights using specialized equipment, such as bucket trucks, climbing gear, and insulated tools, to access utility poles and transmission towers. Powerline technicians face the risk of electrocution, falls, and burns from contact with live wires or equipment. Adverse weather conditions, such as storms or high winds, further increase the dangers of working on power lines. Safety precautions, such as proper grounding, personal protective equipment, and adherence to electrical regulations, are critical to preventing accidents and injuries in this high-risk profession. 18. High-rise window washer asterisk. High-rise window washers clean exterior windows and facades of tall buildings using scaffolding, bosun's chairs, or powered platforms suspended from ropes or cables. They work at heights, often hundreds of feet above the ground, with exposure to wind, rain, and temperature extremes. High-rise window washers face the risk of falls, equipment malfunctions, and structural failures while performing their duties. Safety measures, such as fall protection systems, anchor points, and regular equipment inspections, are essential to mitigate the risks of working at height. Despite the inherent dangers, high-rise window washers play a crucial role in maintaining building aesthetics and ensuring visibility for occupants. 19. Truck driver. Truck drivers transport goods and materials over long distances using large commercial vehicles, such as tractor-trailers, delivery vans, or tanker trucks. They navigate highways, urban streets, and rural roads while adhering to traffic laws and safety regulations. Truck drivers face numerous hazards, including fatigue, distracted driving, and adverse weather conditions. Long hours behind the wheel, irregular schedules, and time away from home contribute to the physical and mental strains of the profession. Additionally, truck drivers may encounter hazards such as road accidents, cargo shifts, and mechanical failures while on the road. Improving working conditions, implementing rest breaks, and providing health and wellness support are essential to ensuring the safety and well-being of truck drivers. 20. Oil rig worker asterisk. Oil rig workers, also known as roughnecks or oilfield workers, operate drilling equipment and machinery to extract oil and gas from offshore or onshore drilling sites. They work in remote locations, harsh environments, and hazardous conditions with exposure to heavy machinery, high-pressure equipment, and flammable materials. Oil rig workers face the risk of explosions, fires, toxic gas leaks, and other accidents inherent in oil and gas extraction operations. Additionally, long hours, physically demanding work, and isolation from family and support networks contribute to the challenges of working on oil rigs. Despite safety protocols and emergency response procedures, oil rig workers must remain vigilant and prepared to respond to emergencies to ensure their safety and the integrity of oil production operations. 21. Scaffolder asterisk. Scaffolders erect, dismantle, and maintain scaffolding structures to provide access and support for construction, maintenance, and renovation projects. They work at heights, often several stories above the ground, using ladders, scaffolding frames, and safety harnesses to assemble and secure scaffolds. Scaffolders face the risk of falls, collapses, and struck by accidents while working on elevated platforms. Adverse weather conditions, such as wind or rain, further increase the hazards of scaffolding work. Proper training, hazard awareness, and adherence to safety standards are essential to prevent accidents and injuries in this high-risk profession. Despite the dangers, scaffold workers play a crucial role in facilitating safe and efficient construction activities. 22. Stunt performer asterisk. Stunt performers entertain audiences by executing daring and dangerous feats in films, television shows, live performances, and sporting events. They perform stunts such as high falls, car chases, fight scenes, and aerial acrobatics using specialized training, equipment, and safety precautions. Stunt performers face the risk of injuries, including bruises, fractures, concussions, and burns, while executing risky maneuvers. Despite safety measures such as crash pads, harnesses, and rehearsals, stunt work remains inherently dangerous, and accidents can occur due to miscalculations or equipment failures. Stunt performers must undergo rigorous training, maintain physical fitness, and adhere to strict safety protocols to minimize the risks associated with their profession. 23. Astronaut asterisk. Astronauts are highly trained professionals who travel to space to conduct scientific research, exploration, and missions aboard spacecraft such as rockets and shuttles. They undergo rigorous physical and psychological training to prepare for the challenges of space travel, including zero gravity, radiation exposure, and isolation. Astronauts face numerous risks during space missions, including launch and re-entry hazards, equipment malfunctions, and medical emergencies. Spacewalks, or extravehicular activities, EVAs, involve working outside the spacecraft in the vacuum of space, exposing astronauts to the risk of decompression sickness, micrometeoroid impacts, and extreme temperatures. Despite advancements in space technology and safety protocols, space exploration remains a high-risk endeavor with potential hazards and uncertainties. Astronauts demonstrate courage, resilience, and teamwork in pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and exploration beyond Earth's atmosphere. Each occupation presents unique challenges and risks, requiring specialized skills, training, and safety measures to ensure the well-being of workers and the successful completion of tasks. Despite the inherent dangers, individuals in these professions contribute to society in significant ways, whether through scientific discovery, infrastructure development, emergency response, or entertainment. Appreciating the sacrifices and dedication of those who undertake these dangerous jobs is essential in recognizing their invaluable contributions to our communities and civilization as a whole. Thanks for joining us on Biznob as we uncovered the realities of some of the world's most dangerous professions. From towering heights to the depths of the ocean, we've explored the challenges and triumphs of those who brave these hazardous jobs every day. Remember to hit subscribe and stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the inner workings of businesses. Until next time, stay safe and keep exploring with us here on Biznob.